are afraid of. I actually have a really serious fear. I'm afraid of being framed for a serious crime and not being able to like. Are you
have all the same fears.
Wait, oh my God, same.
How are we the same person?
We're the same person.
Yeah, I hate not being able to prove my innocence in something, especially when people are like, well, I guess we'll just wait until the truth comes out.
And I was like, no, it's right here.
The truth is right here.
Right here in my bucket.
I took it out for you.
It's warm.
Oh, don't you love when the truth is warm?
It was in my back pocket. I was sitting on it.
It's a little smush.
This is going to sound weird, but I'm afraid of department stores. I don't like being in a place where there's so many things and it's sensory overload. And there's like some lady saying like, have you tried this perfume today? And then like spraying in your eyes. I'm also afraid of mannequins. I don't want them to come alive.
Okay, no, same. Same.
See a little wooden hand comes in and just like pets Ian on the face. Goes like, good boy.
No.
I just want to be your friend.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Hey, that's a great transition. Let's segue into our worst scary nightmare times.
Quick, everyone on a Segway.
Woo!
You on the Segway?
What's your spookiest nightmare?
Let me jump into the lucid dreaming train.
That was a train noise.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what the train sounds like?
In my dreams.
I read one time that your brain cannot process reflections in dreams. So I was like, sounds like a great time. Go in bed. And in the dream, I was like, all right, let's freaking test it. And I walked into my bathroom and there was a mirror there and it was very dark. There was no reflection. It was just all like black void. And I was like, interesting. Maybe I should look closer at the black void. I squinted my eyes. It got real close. And then I saw, you know, the nun. Imagine the nun, but it's my face.
Oh
my God.
Spooky. I research lucid dreaming, and there's a lot of ways you can tell like if you're lucid dreaming. One of them is to like look down at your hands, and because sometimes your brain can't conceptualize hands. Another thing is to look at a clock because your brain's like, oh, time, I didn't know we had to keep track of that.
I think like that when I'm awake. What the hell is that thing on the wall?
What is that? And it starts like melting. No.
So there is a thing called reality testing where you're checking your environment throughout the day and going, I'm not dreaming. This isn't a dream. So that when things appear in your dream that are off, you spot it and go, I'm dreaming. So that weird trumpet man doesn't normally exist in real life. Unless he doesn't. I'm just missing him. You look at that and go, okay, that's definitely a dream.
Only real nightmare that I remember was also a reoccurring nightmare. And I went to an Outback Steakhouse once as a kid.
One time, never going back.
One time. I never did. On the menu at the time, they had a kangaroo with a knife and a fork. And
I thought it was just a knife. I was like, no.
You're just stabbing meat. Terrifying. So I went home, I went to sleep, I woke up in the dream. I was in the corner of a room, and slowly the shadow like creeps over me, and it's my grandmother's head on a kangaroo with a knife and a fork. And it'd be like slowly coming towards me, and then I'd wake up. And that happened for like 6 months straight.
I thought you were going to say 6 years, and I was like, are you okay?
No.
Wow.
But are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay now.
I remember when I was little and I watched Dorothy, the Yellow Brick Road stuff.
Wizard of Oz?
I couldn't. That she was like, I want to go home, and like clicked her heels. So I started doing that when I was little, and I would have nightmares.
Aww.
And I'd click my heels in my dream, and I'd wake up.
That's actually not that crazy. I have a similar thing where I know I'm having a nightmare.
Yeah.
I squint my eyes in the dream.
Yeah.
And then I'll pop them open,
Whoa.
and then I'll be awake.
Oh, that is nice.
That's cool.
It happened because of this one specific nightmare where it was my uncle and he was constantly turning into a crow.
No.
A big crow. He would look at me and he would go, Pat, one day you're going to have to take the family business. And I was like, what family business are you talking about?
Crow business.
You're a crow.
You're
Is
a
it
crow,
picking up
Patty.
sandwich crusts at a campground?
I can't wait.
So I can kind of lucid dream. Like once I recognize I'm having a nightmare, I know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to change that nightmare.
After watching the Dementors in Harry Potter, I had trouble sleeping for weeks. But to
They're-
get over it, I imagined you remember the meadow in Shrek? Where they're running across that big field. I imagine that.
Aw.
Yeah.
And you're instantly transported to that meadow?
Yeah.
And you wake up and someone's actually stabbing you. And you're like, at least this is accurate.
Oh, I get it. And Shrek's there.
Listen, no copyright intended to DreamWorks. Please don't sue. It's in the description. No copyright infringement intended, okay?
Great YouTube joke.
Love me some Shrek.
I don't dream anymore.
Oh.
Wow, that's depressing.
That's a fact. Is it because of the kangaroo?
No, it's not. I'm not trying not to dream. I just don't dream.
Well, you have several dreams a night, whether or not you remember them. Everybody dreams.
That's a pat
You just
fact.
don't remember them. Pat fact.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is true, because you don't know this, but
about to know this.
I sleep talk. I shared a room with Pat for a playlist live, and in the middle of the night, I just kept saying random things to him every hour, which he
every
then
hour.
wrote down and told back to me the next morning, which was great.
If you're sleep talking, it's usually because you're having a stress dream. That's what I
Yeah.
feel like it is.
Really?
right?
Well, that's what it was at playlist,
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah. It wasn't until hour 2 that I realized you're completely out.
Yeah.
The last thing he said to me, he turns to me. He doesn't open his eyes.
No.
But I can tell he was looking me dead in the eyes. And he goes, "Whatever, nerd." and shades flew onto his face. I exploded out the window.
How do we know if we're not dreaming now and our dreams are actually reality?
Well, I hope this isn't a dream because I really like you guys.
Well, I'll see you in my head. Bye.
Oh, okay. So this is all in Illy's head. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, maybe subscribe if you want. And don't forget to check out Illy's channel. She makes amazing animated videos. I highly recommend them. If you don't take my word for it, Illy, do you like them?
It's all right.
Okay, well, you heard it here first, folks. It's all right. Straight from Illy's mouth.
All right.